Good morning, everybody. I thought I'd put out, nearly fell over then. I thought I'd put out a simple little video today going over the benefits of location scouting and having a zoom lens to assist in doing this. Now, let's face it, we can't always zoom off to places like Scotland or drive off to the central parts of Europe because apparently we're in the midst of a pandemic. Well, don't get me started on that, but we're restricted at the moment. So I thought I'd talk about the benefits of just getting outside and going in your backyard and exploring. Now, the reason I want to talk about location scouting is because it's a really fundamental part of being a photographer, and it's also just a great excuse to get outside and explore. Now, the reason why I really want to put this video together is because I kind of made a bit of a fundamental mistake the other day. I got up at the crack of dawn to go out and take a picture of sunrise with the sun hitting the tips of the trees on the far side of the hill. But now we're in the winter months, or heading into the winter months, the sun actually rises and sets on the far side of the hill, so the light doesn't actually even touch that side anymore. So it got me thinking about location scouting and actually going out and just surveying the land and surveying where you live and figuring out where is the best place to actually take a picture for sunrise and sunset. So this is what I call my backyard. This is my neck of the woods. I live in Cornholme, which is just on the outskirts of Todmorden. And I am constantly going over this area looking for new compositions and looking for exciting places to take photographs. Now, I actually came up here a few days ago and the rain and the sun were casting some pretty spectacular light down the valley. And the rain, it's quite strange here, but the rain usually channels down the valley and sometimes you can see it coming quite quickly, and it creates a pretty surreal, like, atmospheric moment. And the other day I was up here and I had my long lens and I was able to zoom in on this little spot here, and as the rain was coming through, the sun was breaking through the clouds and hitting it. Now, I'll put the image up. Now, this image was taken purely because I knew that this location would give a really good view down there because I'd scouted it out earlier. So location scouting and having a long lens kind of go hand in hand together. It's kind of like just having a pair of binoculars, really. So you can't always get to the locations that you want to get to, but the whole idea is that you just get out, explore, and try and find new compositions in your local area. And then you can use your long lens to get certain compositions and get to certain locations that you wouldn't normally be able to get to. So what I've opted to do now is go to another location that I'm aware of and just see what it looks like. Because I figured out that the sun spends most of the time on this side of the hill here. That's where I talked about it being in darkness, even at sunrise. So now I figured that the best place to take a picture is actually from that far side. So I might have to venture up onto that far side of the hill at some point to photograph this side of the hill. So what I will do now is go to a specific location and just see what it looks like. I'll take the drone up, I can zoom out and have a look and see what potential it has for a sunrise or a sunset photography moment. Now, the best thing I find about photography is just getting outside and exploring. I think that's the reason why I'm drawn to it so much. It's just because it gives me that opportunity to just go and play outside and find new locations. It's quite amazing how quickly the weather can change. When I set off just over there, I had sunglasses on. And now it's overcast and it looks like it's about to rain, so my scouting trip might be cut short, but this little area seems perfect for sunrise and sunset. Now obviously because the sun's over there, we've got all this golden brown looking, I say golden, it's quite brown really, isn't it? But in the right light it will look quite golden. All the bracken has started to die, well it is pretty much dead now, but you've got these trees and they're quite gnarly. One of the words I brought back from Australia gnarly, and I'm really enthusiastic about woodland photography, and these trees are quite mythical and mystical and dark, but they've still got all the moss on them. So when the light hits that with the contrast of the brown golden bracken, it does look quite unique, and it looks quite nice. So I think this side here in the morning or in the afternoon will look good, but I'm pretty sure morning will be best here for some photography. So, but what I will do is I'm going to show you this little area here, because it's quite funky. There's like little stone circles that have been built here, so it's got a lot of history. I don't know what was originally here. Maybe someone in the comments can let me know. If you're from Todmorden area or Cornholme area, let me know what you think this area was all about. But all around this hillside there's like little derelict farmhouses and outhouses, and I like to think to myself what it used to look like, and I'm always telling myself little stories. So who knows, maybe it was some kind of crazy wizards or witches. I just don't know. Now I want to show you the benefit of having a long lens. So behind me is a scene that I came across a couple of weeks ago, and I got really lucky because it was quite an overcast day, but the light had broken through the clouds, and you've got a couple of undulating hills that just roll off into the background, and you've got the trees that create this natural S-curve. Now as the light broke through, it just highlighted the very tops of the hills, and it created this really unique little scenario, and I had to quickly get my camera out, but luckily I did have my 24-200mm lens, so I was able to capture this moment. So I'll flash the image up now, and here you can see the benefit of having a long lens because of the compression that it gives you and the opportunities that arise, and sometimes you just can't get with your standard lenses. So having a long lens is really beneficial for a landscape photographer. I was really happy with how this image came out. So as I said, this location just over there, you saw the image that I flashed up. Now this is a wide angle lens, so you can see just the amount of distance that is between me and the actual subject area, shall we say. So what you're after is the compression, which is, like I said before, bringing that background and foreground together. I don't know, it adds like a sense of scale and epicness to your pictures. So I highly recommend, if you're starting out as a photographer, to have a wide angle lens, because then you get those like really long vistas, but a long lens is definitely beneficial. And you don't have to get the super expensive ones. Like I don't have the 70-200mm 2.8 because it's about £2,500, and that's a lot of money for a piece of glass. If you drop the piece of glass, you will probably want to drop yourself off a wall because you'd be annoyed that you dropped the expensive piece of glass. But the lens that I have in my bag, the 24-200, it's a more affordable lens basically. So affordable lenses can still give you fantastic shots. I highly recommend getting one, and like I said, you don't need the best cameras to take pictures. So I forgot what I was talking about. I was talking about lenses and cameras, and what was I talking about? I don't know. This is what I mean. Maybe I'm like that guy from Memento. You remember? Have you ever seen the film Memento by Christian? See, I've forgotten again. What's he called? The guy who did the Batman films. Christopher Nolan. There you go. Well, he's one of his first films. I think it's his first feature film or like Hollywood film was Memento. And the guy can't make new memories. Like he can't remember the start of a conversation. So maybe that's what I'm suffering with. Maybe someone came and hit me on my head, or maybe I just banged it. Maybe it's just old age. Maybe I'm suffering with dementia. I hope not. Anyway. So moral of the story, yeah, bring a long lens with you if you can. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. If you enjoy these crazy weird videos that I'm trying to knock up, I know they're a bit erratic, but if you enjoy them, hit the thumbs up, it helps the channel grow. And if you want to subscribe and hear more of my madness and my travels and my exploits, let me know. And also leave a comment, let me know if you like the video. If you think it's a load of nonsense and rubbish, then I will try harder. I will try harder. I am trying harder. It's very difficult. I've said, talking to this lens thing, it's like talking to somebody that's not there. And also, if you want me to cover a topic or a subject, then also let me know. Now there are heaps of videos out there with heaps of tutorials, but I am more of a noob person, and I'm aiming this at more of the noob audience. So if you want some videos, lessons, whatever, on what to do on cameras and how I set things up and stuff, then let me know. I'm more than happy to do extra videos on that. So without further ado, I will say goodbye, enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you very much for watching. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but it's officially hailing. So I would now say, are we officially in winter? I'd say so. Awesome.